Thank you.
Okay. Good. Okay. And this is a call-in show, so guys, if you're out there, if you have any questions, you want to talk to us, yell at us, make funny noises, whatever, call us up.
We haven't had a toilet flush in a month.
Yes. I have to admit, I get a kick out of some of that stuff. It's funny. But anyway, so we were going to talk about this election, and yeah, Stacy, go ahead.
Well, I mean, something that I think Diana said, and you said in our email flurry this morning about some of these ballot initiatives that went really wrong for us was, I mean, just sort of to ask, where is the constitutional protection of the rights of the minority against oppression by the majority?
That's right. That's one.
So
of
this is a Supreme Court issue now, right?
Right. Well, if it's an amendment to their Constitution, it no longer becomes a court issue. And one of the problems is with ballot initiative, some of the amendments can be passed by a 50 plus 1 vote margin. So it's not like a 2/3 vote margin. It has to be before it becomes an amendment. It's 50 plus 1 vote, and therefore it makes it real easy for some crazy amendments to become amendments to the Constitution.
Right. One would hope if a state is going to do direct ballot initiatives, they would push it beyond simple majority.
That's right.
And push it into something higher.
Yeah. Down in Florida, there's an amendment to their Constitution to protect pregnant pigs, but they won't pass one for to protect gays and lesbians and trans.
Pigs?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
So we don't rank as high as pregnant.
That's right.
I'm sorry. It's not funny.
I know, right?
It's not funny at all. But wow.
That just shows you how crazy the ballot initiative can be.
Yeah.
In Colorado, they had 14 amendments this time, and they handed out a book that was 65 pages long. Who's going to sit down and read a book like that?
Yeah.
Most people don't read ballot questions until they walk into the voting booth.
That's right. That's right.
So maybe 10 minutes they might think about it at most.
Yeah. I mean, I know I'm guilty of that myself. In this case, obviously, I knew ahead of time, but because this one was near and dear to my heart. But yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
And so I'm so glad that we don't have to deal with that in Connecticut, and I'm very proud of the voters here in Connecticut.
Right. Who soundly beat the initiative for the Constitutional Convention. I thought that was a...
Yeah.
But we haven't seen the last of it either.
No.
Well, no.
There
will be another strategy.
Yes.
Which, frankly, is actually the other thing this friend of mine at work was telling me about the ballot initiatives in California. It's not like something comes up for debate, gets voted on, and is settled. This is sort of a public forum appeals court. Every year, the people who are dissatisfied with last year's decision put it back on the ballot to rehash the same issue.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
There's some issues that were on for 8 years.
Wow.
Going one way then the other.
It's a little scary. It's like I was saying, I would hope if we did go down the Constitutional Convention and have ballot initiatives that there would be a lot of thought put into how you get something on the ballot, what kind of majority you need for it to pass, and whether or not you can rehash it later.
Mm-hmm.
Right. That was interesting. I'm not sure what happened there, but anyway.
Lost camera one.
Lost camera one. Yeah, you were referring to it as a prom queen.
A popularity contest in a lot of ways.
Right.
I know even in our own state, and I'm glad to see it was so soundly trounced, but I saw tons of ads on TV from the vote yes side.
Yes.
They have more money, they have more exposure, they're going to influence public opinion.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But they still lost. Okay, we've got a call. Good evening, nlcTrans. You're on the air.
Hi, this is Kenny. How you guys doing tonight?
Hi, Kenny.
All right, how you doing? Yeah, I wanted to know, what do you feel that 2009, you think, well, how many things do you think will get passed for transgender?
Well, I hope we get the anti-discrimination bill passed. We already have a hate crime that includes gender identity and expression.
Yeah.
And I think this will be the 4th time we're trying to pass the anti-discrimination bill with gender included identity and expression.
Yeah.
So I hope we can pass it. We're working very hard to get it passed. We have a lot of other organizations that are backing us.
And if I remember correctly, last year the bill cleared all the subcommittees and all the councils and everything, and it was prepared to go to the floor for a vote, but we had an abbreviated Congress.
Right, that was 2007.
Yeah.
It passed. It went through 4 committees, and it passed almost unanimous. And in the Senate, it passed 30 in favor and 4 against. And it got hung up in the House at the last minute, and they tabled the bill.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks for calling, Kenny.
All right, talk to you tomorrow. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yeah, and I think this year it came out of committee almost unanimously.
Yes, it did.
And that's about as far as I know. I don't think anything's happened with it since.
No, it has to be reintroduced in this coming session.
But hopefully, one of these days we'll get that passed.
I hope this is our year.
And as long as we're on the issue, you were telling some stories the last time we had gotten together on the phone about why gender identity and expression is so important in an anti-discrimination bill, not just for transgendered folks.
That's right. The bill actually covers anybody who is perceived to have gender identity and expression. So therefore, it's not just for the trans community. It's for the lesbian gays, the lesbians who happen to look too butch. Down in New York City, there was a case where 4 lesbians were thrown out of a bar because the bartender didn't like the way they looked. They looked too masculine, wouldn't let them use the ladies' room. That case was eventually settled because New York does have an anti-discrimination law of the city, and it was found in their favor. Out in Nevada, there was a gay man who was fired, not because he was gay, but he was acting too feminine. And that's why they fired him, and the courts upheld the firing. So this bill protects everybody. The straight people who happen to wear earrings or wear their hair long or something that doesn't conform to the gender norm.
And it more the gender expression side of the protection, not necessarily the gender identity.
That's right. Right. Yep.
Yeah.
And with gender expression, it covers also anybody who might cross-dress or that does not follow the gender norms.
Right. And there is certainly a wide spectrum.
Yes.
In our community and in the broader community.
Right.
And I think that it's clear that whether people realize it or not, anything like this, it isn't. It's a step in the correct direction. We're not living in the Stone Age anymore. We need to sort of get beyond this kind of thing and accept people as people and
Well, each year that we present it in the legislation, we educate people, and so each year we're getting more and more people who are educated by going out and speaking to the communities and talking about trans issues like we're doing here today.
Right.
It helps to educate people, and hopefully they'll call their legislators and say, please, pass this bill.
Yeah.
So.
No,
yeah.
I know my own experience, a lot of the people that I've come into contact with since coming out, those folks that haven't had any exposure to trans individuals before are kind of surprised that I seem so normal.
Yes.
And I'm sure there are people out there that are going to disagree with that comment, but they're expecting an outlandish,
Yes, they are.
someone that's not going to fit in, someone that's going to rub it in their face, and it's just not the reality.
Yeah, that's right. And we sometimes we rub it on their face a little bit. But, okay. Well, just a little. But
It's
yeah.
fun.
But you know what? I would have done things like that anyway, no matter what my
not out of meanness, just
right,
out of humor.
But yeah, you know what? You gotta have a sense of humor. You really do.
Right.
Yeah.
But the truth is that you're right. You're absolutely right about that. We do surprise people all the time, and we are not, two-headed beasts who are going to eat your children. But really, not. We're not.
I'm always surprised when I pass and somebody didn't realize I was trans, because I go under the assumption that people spot me right away, and when they don't, I'm more surprised. It's like, wow, okay.
Yeah, it's the whole thing is very interesting, and it's God, it's been a hugely eye-opening experience.